Love and light. Yep. How you doing, Lisa from Northern Texas? Yes, it's very important. How you doing, JAC? How are you doing there? It's always nice to let me know where you're from, so I can give a shout out for you and your country. How you doing, Holland? Hey, Bonnie from Michigan. How are you doing? Getting any smoke down there still? Yeah, you know what? With all this smoke, listen, I've been in BC, British Columbia, fighting forest fires, seeing it around, sawmilling all my life pretty much. I know what forest fires are all about. You got to get a wet rag over your mouth, over your face. Put a wet rag over it, so you're not breathing in all the smoke particles. Yeah, the wet rag will catch the air, so you're not breathing in that crap if you have to go out. I know it's going to be watery on the eyes, but just keep a wet rag with you, cold wet rag. It's always nice to take, say, a jug of cold water with you. So if you're out and about doing the thing there, just carry it with you, and then keep your rag wet, keep your face moist, especially around your eyes. Got to keep that clean. How you doing, Minnesota? How you doing, high maintenance? Always good to see you, dear. Yep. Hey, Mariah. Florida's saying hello. We say hello back. Nova Scotia, how are you doing? Great. Sally from England, nice to see you. Thanks, Sally. Appreciate it. Hey, Michelle, Connor. It's all good. Yep. Just stuff keeps adding up, right? How you doing, Sandy? It was sunny yesterday. Then they sprayed the sky, yeah. Yeah, we're not sure what they're spraying it with. I don't think it's harmful anymore. Yeah. I mean, rain is what we need. This is what we need to be doing. Seeding the skies so it, with rainstorms, so we can wipe out these forest fires. Hey, Virginia. West Virginia. I know there's a big difference because I like to call myself Western Canada. I don't like to be impartial. Yep. I like to get right to the point. I'm a black and white guy. There's nothing gray about me other than my hair. How you doing, Randy? Good to see you from Iowa. Thank you for the hearts. Appreciate it. Grand Rising from Ontario. Is it MJ? Yeah, just type your name in there. That helps me. Lots going on. How you doing, Saskatchewan? Any forest fires up that way? Let me know. Yep. Hey, listen, I just want to get something straight, and I want to get it off my chest before this goes any further. These, I don't know if you had noticed in the last couple of days or whatever, you'd see these fireballs coming out of the sky, of the smoky sky, these fireballs, and people are saying all kinds of things. I'm going to tell you exactly what they are. These are choppers that get up to 9,000 feet, and then they drop the fireballs out. They actually drop a chain or a rope. These round baskets that they make up, usually out of very flammable substance, and they fill them up with fuel, and then they fill the cord or the line, usually the rope. It's probably a cotton rope or a some kind of rope that'll burn, and then they just send that the fire goes down that rope. And then it hits the fireball, and then as soon as it hits the fireball, it is released. And that's why you see this long, snaky fire thing going down. People are freaked out, say, well, what is it? What is it? Well, it's actually a coordinated forest fire starters. That's what they do. And it was all coordinated because you could see in the forest fire along the Canadian boreal forest, they were just dropping in line. You know what I mean? They were just putting out dropping out one fireball at a time. And it might have been only one or two choppers doing it. And you could see the whole line. I mean, where the forest fire started. And it was just one string line after another. It was all coordinated. So these are NAZI commie and AZI coordinated because they want to burn it all down, right? And I just want to make that very, very clear. That is exactly what is going on there. So there's nothing, are they caught? Will they be caught? I don't know. Who knows? Is this part of the movie? I don't even know that too. But I'll guarantee you one thing. Every person out there that we're watching right now, especially the Hollywood type or the sports type, they're all replacements. The FIFA, whatever that soccer stuff was going on, World Soccer, that was all coordinated. Yeah, everything is a movie. Everything is coordinated. Protect themselves, especially right now. Protect your DNA. Take care of the food that you take in, okay? Drink lots of good water with lemon, okay? You need to keep your body purified. And like I said, go back onto the clove water. That's a cold steep. Just put it into a big jug, throw a handful of in there with some cinnamon sticks, and just let it steep. And it'll, if you leave it there long enough on the counter, don't put it in the fridge, put it on the counter, leave it there and let it steep, and you'll see it turn darker and darker and darker. And that's when you get to whatever strength you want it, that's when you can start drinking it. And if you want to put some nice pure honey in it, that's fine too. How you doing, Bonnie? Grand Rising. Yes, yes, Leonie, please go to her and listen to the things that she says. She's on point. She's over the target. And, if they're busting me and throwing me into the penalty box, and she's, on the same page as I am, but they're not touching her, then you follow her. Okay. I don't care about getting taken off my podcast. It doesn't bother me. So don't feel bad about it or anything. It's just part of the war that we're going through. Hey, Flamingo Kid. How you doing, Belle? Hey, Cheryl. Grand Rising from Onaway. Pennsylvania's in the house. Hey, Houston, Texas. Welcome. Good morning from Alberta. My brothers and sisters, I spent 22 years there. Yep, first in Edmonton during the Gretzky years, and then it was in Calgary. Yeah, some years later. Alabama here. How are you? Hello from Newfoundland. My great brothers, my brothers and sisters from the Rock. Hey, Tennessee, Belgium. How are you? Sandy Frost from Baltimore. Good to see you. Yeah, so we got some new names here, some new people coming on. Feel free to ask any questions you want. Keep them in capital letters for me. And I guess before we get started, this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, we're just out here to have fun, right? Okay, and like I said, we're just here to have fun. Yep. Keep the vibration high. Protect your DNA at all costs. Do not go get any jabroonies or any blood, whatever. Don't let anybody poke anything into you. Yeah, cleanse yourself. Wash yourself with a clean water. Hydrogen peroxide, lemon is really nice, and maybe some salt. Yeah, throw a little salt in there. Throw a little baking soda in. That you don't need much, right? You need like a teaspoon of each. And then, of course, your hydrogen peroxide, put an ounce in there, and then just wash your body down. You'll feel very cleansed. Yep. From down under, how are you doing? Hey, Dino. Listen, I'm trying to get on about 10:30 your time. Yeah. How you doing, Gentle Storm? Yeah, I'm going to try to keep things light. I don't know. I don't know what they're penalizing me for. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? How you doing, Aiming? Northampton, Ukraine, or I'm sorry, UK. Sorry. How things are going? How you doing, Ron? Yeah, welcome back. Yeah, I guess. I was never really gone. Yeah, it was a nice take a break. Yeah. Ishmael had some meditation sessions last night with over 2K of us praying. Yeah. To put the fires out. Great. Yeah. Hey, biker chick. How things going, Kathy? Hey, Rovan. Brian, how are you? Very light smoke. Yep, good. Yeah, they're these bad guys. They're on their way out. It's not looking good for them. You know, Trump is coming back. He's going to be he's Dr. Doom, and Dr. Doom is going to take them out. The wicked will not inherit this earth. Okay? And it says it right in the scripture. Okay? I just maybe want to read that off. I don't know where it is. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. We'll get to it. Thank you. Appreciate it. How you doing, Brian? And is it Ron? How you doing, Ron? Good to see you. Welcome, Scotland. Nice to see you too. Good morning to you. Yep, appreciate it. Hey, Kevin. Welcome, Utah. Yep, beautiful state. Wyoming, yeah, great, nice, beautiful property down there. Yeah, you can pick up a lot of real estate there for cheap. Yep, same with Montana, same with Idaho. You know, these are all very conservative states. How you doing? Welcome, Florida. Hello from the middle of the Tennessee Valley, is it maybe? Hey, Oklahoma, how are you? Florida, welcome. Tammy from Tennessee. Great to see you all. Hey, Dia. Yes, yeah, they do the fire starters. I mean, it's so obvious. You'll never have a lightning strike in a line where, you know, because you'll see the hot spot where it started. Then of course you get the trail of smoke, and that where it starts is like that's a straight line, and that's not natural. That's all man-made. So they go up there in their choppers. They get up about 7,000 feet, and then they drop these fireballs out there. I've seen it so many times. I mean, we're as an old-time bush guy, logger, we have always been fighting with the government. We've been dropping trees on roads and everything to stop their access from going in there and doing their controlled burning. It's absolutely unnecessary. I mean, I used to do it when I was younger. Yeah, we should be dancing right now because, the show's over for them. Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. How you doing, Tennessee? Hey, Jana. Hello, MJ. Hey, Gwen. Melanie, how are you? Good to see you too. From Louisiana. I'm sure happy we're getting a lot of people from all over, especially in the States right now. There's so many awakened people out there that are starting to see this whole movie for what it is, for what it's worth. Yeah, it's getting very boring. We have to respect the military for what they're doing. This is not really everything that's going on there is not for us. It's not for us. Really, it's not. Okay. You're going to see, in my estimation, 50% of all the wicked on this beautiful earth disappear. There's going to be lots of disappearing. Now, like I said, this is all central casting, okay? Please trust me when I say that. The Hollywood stars they're all doubles or clones. The politicians are the same way. The singers that are out there, all doubles or clones. Usually they're doubles or somebody that's got the face mask on, and then they do the singing. That's all dubbed. Yeah. And then they throw a lot of theatric colors and everything in there. You know, anybody that thinks that Shania Twain is Shania Twain, they need to have their brain checked. Anybody out there thinking that this is really what reality is needs their brain checked. This is not reality. This is all a global alliance coordination, okay? And I want to get one thing straight and get it very, very straight with everybody, okay? The global alliance is with and supporting President Putin, okay? The deep state, okay? Deep state, NAZI, the, jihadi brotherhoods, they all support Zelensky and the Ukraine NAZIs. He's not going to, and Zelensky's even a 2.0 or 3.0, okay? Nobody is what they are, just so you know. You're going to see, like I said, you're going to see a mass disappearance because they have filled this planet up with fear-mongering clones to bring down your your vibration, I guess what I'm trying to say. We were in a 3D state of mind, but we have crossed that Rubicon over to 5D. And I'm just here to let everybody know to protect your consciousness in 5D. We do not want to go backwards. So the more that we understand that this is a movie, that everything out there is it's not for us. It's for the sleepers that are still asleep, walking around in their zombie 3D dimension, in their zombie state of mind. They cannot get out of that box. They cannot see out of that box. Remember that, okay? How many people in the last 10 years that they have sacrificed and lost their lives, that we've lost in the last 10 years because we were under attack? This is not a World War II event or something where they send a whole bunch of bombers over and start dropping eggs on us. No, it's nothing to do with that. This is a psychological warfare, and the more covert they are, the more successful they are. We have to be able to recognize them for what they are, right, and call them out. And don't be scared of them. Don't be scared of how weak they are, because their only weapon is their secrecy. And if they could do everything and keep you in fear and hopelessness while they're still in hiding, that's their success. Okay, we have to rate it on that. I believe that the moon is going to be its final target. I believe the moon is the final target. I think that's going to be taken out because it's that was done a long, long time ago. And if you want to get into some galactic stuff, this is how I see it. Okay, and this is just my opinion, but I believe that the reptoids were here long before us, maybe around the dinosaur time, as the Elizabeth April had mentioned. I would love to have a good conversation with her. She is an encyclopedia wealth when it gets into the galactics, and there's a lot of things I do agree with her on. And this one here is one of them. I believe that the reptoids were here first, and then they, of course, the Anunnaki were here, that they wanted to come in. The Anunnaki are so much more superior in their evolution, more advanced, and they were basically the reptoids basically had to listen to them. There weren't that many reptoids here at that time because they come from the Orion Belt, okay? But, on this planet, before man or whatever you want to, call it, they were here. And, but they had advanced knowledge. They weren't like the grass feeding or the plant eating prehistoric animals that were here, which we see, that's very, very evident there. The bones and skeletons of many, many things are being dug up by the archaeologists, and it's going to get even more and more. These are prime examples of the exact proof that, there was, this land that we inhabit today was at one time was walked on by prehistoric animals. Okay, there's no doubt in my mind. It's just that when they were here, I believe that the reptoids, when they seen the destruction that was coming, they went underground, or they went off planet back to the Orion. I don't know, but I knew that they were here because this planet was so very, very active and full of these hundreds of different precious metals and minerals that was so sought after by anybody in the universe. Okay, anybody that was out there wanted to come here and mine it. Case in point, the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki made a deal with the reptoids that we need this mine. There's not enough of you, and in that case, here comes the humans, right? So, and I think this has been that way ever since. I think we've been under this shadow, negative shadow, dark elements for thousands of years. And it's just now, after how many thousands of years, we're just waking up now, or at least getting powerful enough that we're not a buffet anymore. Okay. So, all that being said, I hope I was clear on that, right? And making sense, out of all this, misdirected soup that is out there. It's just, it's a big bowl of soup, and we got to understand what's in there, what's in that soup, and what is the ingredients, and how we have come. Because if we know our history, we'll know our future. But this is just a marvelous time to be alive right now, to be a part of this, huge, universal transformation. Yeah. Yes, I know. Yep, you're right. The ape-man, Vikings, caveman were here before we were born, but like I said, the reptoids were here before us. That's what the galactics have. When Elizabeth April goes back and she talks to the Federation, that's their disclosure on how it worked. And we are made up of many, many different alien species, and that's fine. But that's why they're so scared of us, because we have these we have these powers that are being untied right now. We're going to be going from a 20 to 21 DNA strand to a 36. And that's going to be like, the 5% of the brain that we're using right now, that's going to be like going from 5 or 10% that we're using to 90%. And that's going to just, that's going to not just increase our IQs, but it's going to give us certain mental powers to do things, because our mind is a manifestation. Everything's about what we think is, it will happen. That's why I'm saying right now, if you get down and pray for things and stuff like that, that's a manifestation, and that will happen. That's the power that we have. And that's why the galactics, treat us like the way they do. And that's why the reptoids are so fear of us. Yes. Well, I'm not going to get into I'm going to, let's just follow one guideline at a time. I don't want to get into these big, huge debates. We're going to learn this stuff in time. I don't have the energy or the time to get into these splitting hairs about, I'm just telling you that this is how I'm seeing it, and I'm agreeing and concurring with Elizabeth April on what she's saying there. There's going to be a lot of people that disagree. That's fine. But it only makes sense based on the information that I'm getting, based on the information that she's getting, ours coordinate together. Yeah. Anunnaki came and interfered with the humans. That was Samaria, yeah, where they landed amongst the black. And you know what? And that's where we're going off in a bit of a different thing. I'm just letting you know that we have created wherever we want to decide how that started in the beginning. It has brought us to this day here now forward, and we have control finally, and have broken the shackles that have been tied to us for the history of man, and that's all being broken up. Our freedom is our consciousness. That's what they needed, to keep our consciousness in prison. And that's why, there was such words going out there, the prison planet and the open air prison and all this other stuff, because they had control of our consciousness, because we didn't know, why we were doing the things that we were doing, but you can tell the amount of good and bad that's on this earth right now, because we have a reptilian DNA in us. That's one of the strands that's, one of the many strands that's in us is the reptilian, DNA. Other strands are the Pleiadians, the other galactics out there, and we're going to go through the whole list. There's 21 of them, right? They're never going to check with that, And every time we advanced, such as the days of Atlantis, or the days of Tartaria, right, or Samaria, they brought the reptilians would come out there, and we'd be under attack, and they destroy everything based on their advancement. Yes. Pain is coming. Yeah, it's for the wicked will not inherit this earth. It'll be the righteous. We will inherit the earth. I know that. Now, don't get emotionally involved. Don't get emotionally involved in this, okay? We need to stay on the outside of things and look at it as a picture show. We need to look at this as a whole movie, and don't get wrapped up in the little, in the small weeds of the everyday disorganized dysfunction that's going on. Let's not get wrapped up in that. Let's keep our spirits and our vibration high. Okay, we're looking at this whole thing as a joke. That's what we should be looking at. This whole thing's a big. It's a movie that's gone on way too long. Well, there you go. I mean, that's what I mean. It's and that's good. You have a dragon guardian. His name is Shengo, and Shengo is in your consciousness. Okay, he's there. He's in, yeah, and that just tells us that your intuition and creative subconscious is very active, and that's good. How you doing, Albania? Good to see you. Love and light to you. Hey, Blee. Chrissy, yeah. Greetings from Germany. How are you doing? Thoughts on, I thought that the Anunnaki needed the gold to purify their water. Yes, it does. Yeah. But they could have gone to copper. I think it's used for something else. I mean, we have mountains and mountains of copper, silver, gold, I believe that the diamonds out there, because they're making diamonds now, I believe it's going to, diamonds are going to be just like another rock. I believe that they're going to be non-existent. It'll only basically, diamonds will be for the collectors to say that, yeah, this is actually raw from the planet. But there's so much counterfeit stuff, and case in point would be gold as well, because they're manufacturing gold and reproducing it to look like that. It has all the properties as what gold would look like, except it's not coming from God. So there's other materials out there, metals out there that cannot be counterfeit. Okay, but to answer your question about the Anunnaki, I think they use the gold in a particle form to purify their air. That's what I think. But, again, I'd have to go back to my notes and figure out, get into the splitting those hairs. I believe we are at the end times, so much comms in the World Cup final, including the Red Shoe Club. Yeah, of course. It's not the end. It's not the end times for us, not for the righteous. It's the end times for the bad guys. Yeah, for the wicked. The wicked will not prevail on this. It's already done. This, whatever's happening out there, cannot be stopped. Okay. The military, for this whole thing, has spent trillions upon trillions of dollars since 1963. Till this day. They have spent trillions and trillions of dollars. That's 63 years they've been working on that. That's pretty much most of my life. They've been working on this. A lot of this stuff was activated in actually the year I was born, 1955. And, but it really started getting active when John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Texas, Dallas, Texas, at that time. And that's when the generals said, we are in trouble if they can get to our president on our own soil. So, but we have been infiltrated basically since then. Actually, it goes back to World War II, just after the war. We blasted the German stronghold in Germany, but, of course, they all scattered, right? And of course, they went down and, of course, they split Germany down the middle, and half was communist and half was the free capitalism, okay? And I'm going to just point out something, okay? Between you, me, and the rest of the world, when Reagan brought that wall down, okay, I didn't see any people running from the West into communism. I seen them all running from communism out. Okay, so that was a one-way street, one-way traffic signal, and that just tells you communism does not work. Okay, we didn't sign on for any of this that we're experiencing right now. We never, we never complied to this. We never consented. We never consented to any of this. We never consented to multiculturalism. We never consented to bank drafts. We never consented to that, and all the central banking and all this illegal stuff that's going on. We never even consented to having cops in the street with badges and corporations coming and stopping hardworking people from going to work, and they're trying to tag them for tickets and whatever that's their rules. That's got nothing to do with us. As a sovereign, that's got nothing to do with us. We never consented to open borders. This is something that these NAZIs have come in and taken over, and that's where we're trying to get it cleaned up right now. And I can guarantee you, all these G7 nations are about to be taken down. Canada, Australia, New Zealand, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, other countries. I know Sweden has their problem, Finland, Denmark, all up through there. And that's why Putin's going into Poland right now and cleaning out. He's denazifying. He's already denazified Ukraine. I mean, I'm sure there's a few, a few bad ones in there still. A few of the wicked are still there, right? But they don't have control. I mean, they have tried to. It's even their own people inside Ukraine have tried to remove Zelensky. That's how bad it is. So, like it says, this whole thing that we're listening to, and we're getting bombarded by all this information that's coming out, by all these postings that people are posting on stuff like that. It's all part of the minutia. It's all part of the quagmire to keep you all caught up and distracted while they are setting up the financial reset. That's what's happening. 750,000 closed indictments have all been opened. Okay? What does that tell you? What does it tell you, gang? It tells me if they've been opened, now they're going and executing on those open indictments. And that's what we're witnessing right now. 750,000. And each one of those indictments could have up to 99 defendants in that or on it. So what is that? What can that produce? That's in the millions of people that have done wicked things to or for the evil or for the deep state. And this is what's coming. Okay, these three-letter agencies, their acting careers are over. Okay, they're going to be taken off the board very, very quickly. And that's what's happening right now. There is no, and everybody that's been out on the street, all the bad guys and the agitators and the lefties and the Antifa, they got their number. They know who they are. Unless you are going into another country and having a complete, burning your fingernails and having a complete restructuring of facial surgery, you're busted. You're going to get caught, right? There's no way out of it. You don't have the money or the mentality to get away from this. Your days are numbered. And this is maybe why we see no lefties out there anymore. I virtually see no, you might see the one, some road rage stuff that's going on, and they're interacting with, because they're ugly people on the outside, and, the uglier they are, the more hate they have inside them, Yes, I know. Well, the super soldiers are out there. Trust me, they are out there. And they're taking care of some of the more heavy lifting that's going on. Yep. Yeah. Well, like it says, most people aren't older than 2027. Let's see how this plays out. I don't want to speculate or assume anything at this point. I'm just trying to clarify what we've been in, okay? And I am here to, let everybody know to take care of yourselves, because we've got through all the hard lifting. We've gotten through it all. Now we don't want to, hurt ourselves, coming up to the finish line. We have so many good things to look forward to. What's coming, okay? Let's put ourselves in a spiritual frequency on what we're going to do and how we're going to protect ourselves and what we're going to invest in, in the future, and be prepared to close your communication down, with the NDA, with the military NDAs. All that's going to be happening, and I'm here, as a, as a lighthouse to, prepare everybody psychologically for what is about to come. And we're going to still be witnessing the cleanup of all the wicked on this planet. But I can guarantee you, God has got this. He's got it, okay? These clones that are out there on the street right now, and there are a lot of them are clones. I mean, there is a lot of clones out there. They have been programmed to get you to like them, okay? They've been programmed to get you to like them, okay? Such as Taylor Swift, Madonna, any type of country western, whoever's out there, actors, whatever. There are patriots out there, the old actors and stuff like that walked away from the whole thing and said we don't want no part of it. But they will do everything to influence you, especially the young people, okay? And all those young people that went to the Shania Twain looking at a body double or a clone on there mimicking her old music, okay? Even their musicians, the backup musicians, stuff like that, they're all cloned out and they're all programmed for that, okay? Then once they gain your love and your trust and all this other stuff, then they say, this is what we need to do. They're influencers, okay? And, they help you influence their narrative. And when you do that, you lose your critical thinking. We all have to sit back and question everything. Absolutely everything. What about Mel Gibson? And he's a patriot. Absolutely is. He was, everybody that was attacked at one time, and he demonized, Michael Jackson was attacked, Mel Gibson. It goes on and on with names. A lot of them had to go into hiding, which there are more than 900 of actors and influencers out there that are, will be coming out of hiding. Top names, Queen Diana. Yeah, she's going to be back. And, maybe, President John F. Kennedy Jr. Yeah, Patrick Smith. Yeah, there is 300 plus hospitals in Japan right now, exactly, that are getting putting their people into the med beds. Thank you, Robert. Yeah. No, they're taking a proactive stance right now, and they're going to, be getting their people, healthy, wealthy, and wise, because they know what's coming down. I believe that the Japanese yen is going to go 1-to-1 power. Right now, it's 100, and you can pick up 125,000 yen for $1,000. Okay, so there's 125 to 1. That's Canadian. So it might even be higher, as obviously with American, it could be 150, 160. So you go out there and you buy, and go out there and buy as much different currencies as you can. Spread your, diversify yourself, right? And it will all have to be, it'll all have to be reevaluated. How you doing, Shazam? Hi, Marie. Hey, Sue. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Good morning, Mama. Yeah. Well, we can see, like I said, we all have to absolutely question everything out there. Even when you're looking at something, don't take it for face value. Treat it as, treat it very skeptically. Okay. And protect yourself, protect this here. Okay. This is what they're most fearful. This is why they've been attacking us since I was born. Since, they've been attacking this thing here, up here, okay, for generations. And this is why we have gotten so dumb. And the best thing to do, the happiest people, I believe, are the people that have cut their cable and do not watch TV. They try so hard to manipulate us and brainwash us. Exactly. That's the whole thing. If they can control our brains, they can control the planet. It's not, really, when you think about it, they were given all the money on the planet, all our resources. Everything we had no way to fight back. We didn't have the money to fight back. because it was all taken from us through taxes, through mortgages. We were supposed to get a wealth transfer the day we were born, as what Muammar Gaddafi did for the Libyan people. They had given thousands and thousands of dollars, and look how that economy flourished. I was waiting for gold to be put on the streets. That's the type of wealth that country had, and Muammar Gaddafi was killed for it by the deep state. See, when you are a reptoid, you have a narcissistic malfunction here so bad that you just go crazy when people are laughing and holding hands, and that you just cannot see that. When people bond, it puts them into a vertical dive with their tails on fire. That's what a narcissistic. That's their attitude. They just do not want peace and love, and this is why the '60s. And many of you will remember that, taking on big rock festivals like Woodstock and the thing was going on in San Francisco days, Haight-Ashbury and, Crosby, Still, Nash and Young out of LA, up in Malibu and stuff. They had to start a war, such as Vietnam, to cause that division between the soldiers and all the hippies. Right? They had to cause that division. It was all caused by them. We should never even have gone to war. Everybody should have been, growing long hair, living their lives out and enjoying what they're doing right now. Everybody's leaving all their apartments and their houses, and they're just saying, screw this world. We're not living in it no more. Let's just jump on our van family and take our 2 dogs and our cat, and we're gone. And we're going to just go live free. And that is they're losing control. The deep state and all the reptoids are losing control. Yes. Grand rising to you. Hey, MB. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks, Patrick. Hey, Santa Tuff. South Carolina, welcome. Yeah, Mel Gibson's a patriot. And, Clint Eastwood, Kirk Russell. I mean, we go on and on with names. Mark Wahlberg, those families had deep state operatives. Their families capitulated, but God grabbed them and give them consciousness, and they give them compassion, and they're one of the chosen, and they're taking on a huge part. They're playing a big role of what's happening right now, about bringing consciousness back and accountability. We are giving them and laying accountability now. This is why these 750,000 indictments have been opened, and they're executing. And those ones that are named on those indictments are being picked up right now. Thank you, Stargazer. How are you doing? Some come around again, yeah, and had some seen, yeah. We're going to see all kinds of stuff. I mean, the fireworks are just getting started, but you can see out there whatever's left of the deep state is trying to burn it all down. And it doesn't take much. I mean, now you got these little Antifa, coming up with little gasoline cans, and they're running in front of these, high rises, maybe the headquarters for ICE, and they're pouring gasoline all over the sidewalk and lighting it up, and then of course they get picked up, and it's just we're in the quagmire and watching these leftists. Psychopaths lose their mind. How you doing, Doug? Yes, Mel Gibson, he's a good man. Yeah. Hey, Lumero. Yeah, I know, they got a picture of me when Robin Williams. I know, they're doing everything. I guess I must be really, freaking them out because, they're trying to, put me in with the great actor. And I know Robin Williams, just who he is. I know he would never have gone along and submitted to this deep state bullshit. He went into hiding, faked his, his whatever it was, suicide, whatever. And he went into hiding. Yeah, yeah. I think he's what, 5'10". I'm taller than that, and I think I'm quite a little bit older than him. Yeah, I'm 5 or 6, 7 years older than him, and I'm certainly not as hairy as him. I mean, you know what I mean, right? Yeah. So I mean, no, it's not me and Robin Williams. I'd like to meet him one day. It'd be nice. Yeah. Yeah, Junior and Diana. Yeah, they're all they're around. They're waiting. They're waiting to take over. Take care of take care of business when they come back. As I said, Elon posted on X, medbeds are coming. Then it was deleted. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, the medbeds they're moving the trucks around, and they're not. This is why our 47 had gone out there, and he wrote that. Remember that executive order he wrote, taking all the foreign truck drivers off, especially the ones that couldn't speak English. I mean, they're parking their rigs, their semi trucks, they're parking their all their goods inside the container, and they're just walking away. They're just walking away from them. So these the highway patrol or whoever's out there is having to phone, based on their license plate, phone the trucker company to come and pick up their rigs, because the fraudulent license being given away in Cracker Jack boxes is all being questioned now, and this is what Trump is doing. He's cleaning them all up so the highways and roads are safer for Americans and Canadians. It's not happening in Canada right now, but it will. It'll get here eventually. Canada is still in the 3D, 2D state of mind because we are still overrun by reptoids. Yeah, and that's pretty apparent. They're going to get the United States cleaned up first, so they can run, all the med beds to all the particular locations, which they're doing right now, on highways that are safe. That's why he's cleaning it up. It's just everything out there is just about reading between the lines. Yes, I heard that JFK Jr., Diana, and Michael Jackson will be back. Yep, you bet, and a lot more. There's another 900 out there. Yeah. Hey, Wigwam. Yep. Questions in capitals, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Questions and comments or in capital letters really help me a lot. Hey, how you doing, Barry? Yep. MB. Well, I think the EBS could happen anytime. They're getting everything prepared right now for the EBS. They want to make sure that the United States is cleaned up. You're going to see the G7. You're going to see them get taken off the table very, very quickly. This, whatever his name is, Cornball, the guy, the globalist puppet out of Ottawa, he's going to be taken off. Yeah. And, there's going to be a EBS that is going to, deal with everything at that time. Now, whether they get taken off before, during, or after, I think they're going to be taken off before. And you're going to see, all the G7, G8, G9, whatever, how many there is involved. Those countries are going to come down. Or, theoretically, they're going to come down. People are still going to be there doing whatever they're doing, and it'll probably help the country itself by getting rid of these players. Okay, because all they're doing is hurting the country right now. Yeah, it's not weird that it was deleted. It's part of the communication warfare that's going on. It's the same thing as these CNN, Mockingbird media is out there chirping like a bunch of repetitive parrots. Doing and saying the things that they're doing because they're trying to discredit our great leader. Love and light to you. How you doing? Yep. Good to meet you. Nice to, yep. Haven't seen you before. Yep. What do you mean one-to-one currency? That means everything's going to be the same value. That's what it means. One-to-one currency means same value. Everything is going to be the same or very, very close to being the same around the world. That's why, because that's what our commander has said many, many times, thousands of times. He says we need an even playing field to have even and fair trade. That's how that's going. Okay? Well, I mean, listen, we can claim ourselves to be who we are. Okay, all the patriots and the intuitives and the patriots and the light workers that are out there are all recognizing this shift. We're recognizing it all. So think of yourself, okay, as supermen, superwomen, before Superman thought he was Superman, Clark Kent. We're at that stage. I don't know any other way to describe it, okay? We are the supermen and superwomen. Before, we are the Clark Kents. Before we rip our clothes off and put our Superman suits on, because this is what's coming. I have no words to say how excited I am to feel that. How you doing, Adriana? Hi, Joan. Just finished my first cup of clove and cinnamon water. Good for you. How you feeling? Well, you probably won't feel anything for a couple of days, but trust me, don't go far from the toilet. Yeah, I just made another one. I put this one in 12 hours ago. See the nice color in it? That will terminate all the little parasites. Even get in, past clean all your parasites in your blood, everything. They can't live in it. They can't live in a clove environment, or cinnamon. Cinnamon gives me that sweet taste to it, and it also takes all the sugar out of your blood, and it massages your pancreas. Yep. Gives your pancreas cleansing. Yep. Yes, yeah, I know what you meant. Yep. Appreciate it. Yep. Just got a letter back from the IRS in Texas to file my 2024 taxes. What should I do? File it under G. Just file it and keep it, but don't respond to them. They get you a letter in the mail. Just forget about it. You don't have the money. You can't go to jail for not having the money, right? And that's why I told you all to take your money out of the bank accounts. Oh boy. Yeah, they're sure playing with my with my site. So yeah, just I wouldn't respond to them. Really, IRS is dead. They're trying to soak up as much money as possible. Now, whether or not Trump has the handle on this thing or not, I don't know. But I think, from what I understand, the IRS is dead. The Federal Reserve is dead. Jerome Powell is rested. He's sitting at Gitmo. They're all being taken down. I wouldn't really worry about anything. Just, that's what I would do. I wouldn't pay them. Yeah, it's television. Very, very bad. Konnichiwa, Kuro. Yeah. How you doing, Jack? Hey, Gigi. Billie Jean, welcome. Yeah. Yeah, good for you. You're probably extremely happy you don't have TV. I haven't had TV since 9/11. No. How you doing, Lena? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Hey, Cindy. You haven't filed since 2021. That's good. I haven't filed since 2012. After they took me, after they tried to take me to, they tried to audit me. Yep. I just, no, I never did. Gaddafi war, yeah. I'm sorry I can't speak that language. I think it looks like German to me. I haven't watched. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you. How you doing, Chrissy? And Darlene, good to see you. And you hope they'll have to stop poisoning our foods. Well, that's being taken off the counters right now. Yep, that's all being taken off. Like I said, you got fruit and vegetables. Try to pick the fruits or the vegetables that you can dip in water, wash them in water, and then just put baking soda in the water and let them sit in the water with the baking soda for at least 5 to 10 minutes. And then take them out and then wash them off with more water. You'll get all the crap off of them. There's wax, there's GMO, there's all kinds of spray, even maybe glyphosate on it. That's all, yeah. And they do a quick spray, shine them up, maybe throw the wax. They put a very, very light film of wax to keep them shiny, and then they box them and they send them out. So all that has to come off, right? Yeah. How you doing, Tara? How you doing, Evan? Good to see you. Alicia, how are you? Yes. Robert Kennedy Jr. is doing fine. He's taking everything off the board. I mean, they have a political way of saying things. I know it's very irritating sometimes, but they have to be politically correct. Me, I'm like a bull in a china shop, and this is why I get removed. I just try to tell it exactly how it is. And like I said, the only time I'm going to shut up is if the military comes in there and puts a NDA in front of me and says, sign it after you read it carefully. And I'll sign it. I won't even look at it. I'll say, sign it. The only thing I'm going to ask them is say, how long do I have to keep my mouth shut for? That's the only thing I need to ask them for. And then from there, I'm going to zip it up. They'll give me a copy of that. And in my own leisure, I will look over the NDA. But at that point, if I go off the air, that's the reason why. Okay. How you doing, Ken? Yeah. How you doing, Tammy? Good morning from stormy New Jersey. Oh, really? Getting a little rain down there, Jack. Yeah. Hey, MB. Thank you. How long is it when the EBS is coming? We're in it right now. We're in the storm right now. So it'll get crazy and crazier and crazier. World War III, are we watching it? Things are heating up, aren't they? Yeah, that's for the normies. They're freaking out, aren't they? And now, you go down to the coffee shops and you listen to, there's no shortage of words out there, no shortage of conversation. But they're all talking about the same wrong stuff. How you doing, Marie? Yeah, they're trying to extract your soul. They're body snatchers, right? They can loosh onto you. They have a narcissist want control. They want control. And if they can't get control, they get violent. Okay? And that's what we're seeing right now. They're not having control of things, and that's why you're seeing so much violence out there. And, the ice is just coming back, I got pictures and pictures of girls, women, ladies that have been, were responsible. They're not here now because of the immigrants or the illegals that have done harmful things to them. There's a whole list of them. And this is why I support ICE, to get these little criminal, first make them accountable for what they've done. And if they have to throw them, send them to El Salvador, then that's where they go. Because those guys that go down to El Salvador, like the MS-13, all those guys, the tattoo face dum-dums, they're never going to leave there. They'll be there for 7 lifetimes. Yeah. But yes, it is a form of body snatching. Once you take your mind, they've got you, right? How you doing, Grimson, Ontario? Good morning to you. Hey, Joanne, how are you? Sandra? Yes, I know everybody's sick of waiting, but this is a military operation. It's got nothing to do with the actor Trump. Okay, I call him 47 because he's a brand. All he is a brand now. The real one is tucked away. All the good people out there are running the machine, Christ consciousness from behind the scenes, and you can see how things are starting to come down. Evil will not inherit the earth like they have had control of it so many years. Okay. Yes, every person out there. Everybody has. I'm just going through all these notes. Sorry about that. Now you're going to see in these indictments. In these 750,000 closed indictments, you're going to see government officials, because remember, these indictments they've been already opened, okay? So you're going to see judges, lawyers, cops, corporations, arrest warrants. They are basically manufacturing their own arrest warrant. Everybody out there since 2020 has been going on since, the 47 left and the Biden SHIT show come in and watch this unfold. I was trying to get my head around it, but then I realized, yes, this is a big sting operation. And then at that point, I was able to sit back in my chair and say, with a sigh of relief, to say, yeah, I can see where this plan is going. They're going to do everything by the book. They need these indictments to legally bring the house down, and that's what they're doing. So you're going to see, judges, lawyers, cops, corporations, and many, many other levels. School board members, hospitals, doctors, nurses, anybody that has been involved with hurting humanity of any way, shape, or form. Okay? Even people that were inhumane towards animals. Okay? They're going to be dealt with as well. Now, yes, credit cards, governments, anything along that thing is, they're not valid anymore. Not valid anymore. Not valid anymore. You cannot valid anymore. Not valid anymore. You not valid anymore. You not valid anymore. You anything along that thing is they're not valid anymore. You anything along that thing is they're not valid anymore. You right? The high ups here in New Zealand are still free, no punishment. Trust me, they are manufacturing their own arrest warrants. Okay, New Zealand, don't worry about it, Margaret. They know exactly who they are, and same as Dino in Australia. So don't worry about them. They are all, I mean, they probably are controlled, uh, you know, body doubles or actors or clones replacing the originals, because the originals are not there. They're doing everything that, they're being showing that they're being unpunished to wake the masses up, to get the masses pissed off, upset. Why are they still there? Why are they doing what they're doing, right? Driving me crazy. But see, because you have a consciousness that is affecting you emotionally, and where I'm here, where I jump in and say, hey, it's okay. This is part of the show. Kick back, relax. Just watch the show, right? This show will come to an end. It will come to an end, okay? You froze? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to bounce out and I'll bounce right back in. Let me know. Let me know if that's better. Hey, how you doing, Joanne? How you doing, Lori? Glitching? Yeah, I know. I'm glitching because they're glitching. They're losing their mind because we know we're over the target. They know. They know we know. Yeah. Yeah. Same lag in Canada. Yeah, I know. We're watching the, and nobody's going to get out of this with a free pass, right? You name it, whoever's out there, nobody's going to get out of this without a free pass, right? Why was Diane Smith put into Alberta to do with the things that we should do about separation? It was all a test. It's all a test. Canada's already a part of the Americas. Let me know. Give me a 5x5 if I'm okay now, please. Yeah, I'm 48 behind. Oh, 5x5. We're good to go. Thank you, Nikita. It's good here. Go out and come back. Yep. And that's what I did. Yeah. How you doing, Jenny? And Wildman, how are you? Yeah. The war, yes, the war is on. It's everything out there. You want to step out of the war, turn off your phone. You want to get back in the war, turn on your phone. I mean, you're going to be able to see it all around it. I mean, when you step out and shut off your phone, then you get to see all the sleepers and zombies walking around town, right? They don't have a clue what's going on. Not a clue. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yep. Don't let them harvest your, or loose you. Exactly. Look at them like they're the joke. Just look at them. You have no threat over me. There's no threat. I scare you. You should not scare me. Even if they get violent, protect yourself. They can say, well, listen, we, as in Canada, well, can't have pepper spray. Well, listen, this is bear country. Of course you go out there and buy pepper spray. You need it. If not, you have to have a gun. Pack a gun in the back of your truck in case there is, a threat from wildlife. I don't even know why people are out there walking in the bush during the summertime without a gun. You can walk out there, but where's your gun? All you are is fresh meat to them. Hey, Scooter. Thank you. 5-5 is good to me. Yeah. How you doing, biker chick? Thank you for the heart. Yeah, appreciate it. Hey, Misfit. Justin. Yeah, just in time. You're good. Thank you. Much better. Okay, appreciate it. Oh, maybe sometimes I got to do that. I know. I'm free. This site here freaks them out. That's why I get thrown in the penalty. Oops, sorry. Get thrown in the penalty box. Yep. Yeah. We shouldn't have to be scared about anything. It's only what we manufacture, right? Yeah. Now, there is going to be, I mean, I know things are happening right now because money's being printed right now with Trump and Bessett's signature on it. Okay? So they're being done. And it's going to be, first they do, I don't know if it's going to be a 250, commemorating 250, celebrating the 250 year, maybe not. Maybe it might be a centennial thing. But I know that the hundreds are being done right now. They're being printed. They're rolling out right now. So you're going to start seeing in your ATMs in the United States, and I might just take a drive down south, go maybe Montana, and go check it out to see if we can get any Trump money out of the ATM, or maybe go in there and ask the bank, see if you got any Trump money yet. And I know that they're going to do hundreds. And then Trump Bessett signature is going to be on hundreds. It's going to be on 50s. It's going to be on 20s, and 10s and 5s. And then of course they got the round coins. I think they're going to go. The $1 are going to go to the $1 gold coin with Trump's face on it for the $1. Okay, are you with me so far? Yeah, that's what's coming. It takes time to do all this stuff. You're changing the complete complexion of the whole planet, right? Hey, miss me. Yeah, I'm good now, thank you. Yeah, we're yes, exactly. Thank you. We're giving them migraine attacks. They're losing it. They are. That's why they're getting so violent, because they're narcissists. They're out of control. I don't get involved in anybody. I mean, it's people they beep their horns or whatever, and I just wave at them with my middle finger, and smile. Have a great day. You know what I mean? Thank you. Welcome, Holland. Yep. Yeah, well, their matrix is glitching. Their matrix is really getting to the end. They have no more. They have no more power. They have no more fangs. They have been defanged and declawed, and they're just like, they're like a 200-year-old entity with no teeth. They're gonna gum you to death. How you doing, King? Hey, Mike. Lumero, good to see you. Hey, Becca. Hey, Jenny. Hey, Joanne. Wigwam. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Billie Jean. It's all good. We all have to keep doing the things that we're doing. I need people to protect their consciousness. Be very critical thinking about the things that you're going into. And by all means, never send money. Okay? You can catch me on Facebook, Alex West. Okay? That's with a double X over on Facebook. You can also catch me on Facebook as well, or on YouTube. But I'm not that active on YouTube, because I got the commies doing all my editing, and they put me on there as Big Daddy. So as long as you don't send them money, you can listen to all my content out there. So I don't have to do nothing. So thank you, commies, for doing that. Appreciate it. You're doing all my work for me. Oh, another thing, Trump is, and now you probably heard this before, but I know this goes out. This has been out for a bit, but all the credit cards that were released, and given to all the government officials, they were spending it on, vacations, casinos, hookers, other things. They were spending it all. And of course, they found him out. The controlled quality control of the finances found out who they were, whatever, and Trump canceled all the credit cards. So then the government officials took that to court, and their leftist Obama-appointed judge said, no, you got to turn all the credit cards back on. So Trump says, no problem. And he says, okay, turn them all back on, but he says, give them $1 limits. You cannot beat Trump. You cannot beat him. He's a master. So now they all got all that, millions and millions of dollars is being saved again. Good. How you doing from Ohio? Patrick, how are you doing? I spoke about DT and got my IP address banned from located. Okay, well, yeah, it happens. Maybe, there is such a thing. We can, change, just keep moving around. I mean, I've been taken off my platforms more than 100 times. And I keep coming back. I'm just like a really bad festering, agonizing cut that will not heal up on them. I am their disease. And I'm loving it because I have nothing but, positive vibes running through my brain. And they have no way of getting a hold of me. Other than, stealing my phone, right? Right? Yeah. Everything Alex said, so thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'm looking at life pragmatically, okay? And we have to see through all the bullshit, right? All the bullshit, because it's all bullshit out there. This whole thing is a big scripted movie, and we have 250,000 actors out there playing the part of these brand names that will soon be taken off the chessboard. Oh, it's like, the FBI, we're not needing them no more. The bad guys, we're just gonna get the list. And we're just going to remove them off the board. What, CIA? Well, they're not needed no more. I think we're just going to remove them off the list, right? So you're seeing this constant, less and less bad stuff going on. Now, the White Hats or the, Global Alliance or the Galactic, through the Galactic, narratives that are happening out there are still, showing a little bit of, fear mongering going on for the normies. This World War II 3 scare event is certainly going to be in play. The brand name Trump or 47 will be removed. Okay. That's going to freak out a lot of, it's going to make all the crazy go hysterically. And they're going to feel like they've won the fight, won the battle, and all this other stuff's going to go on. And then, of course, he's going to come back. I mean, this is going to play with their minds, and it's going to drive them. It's going to drive them into a more psychosis, a more psychotic frame of mind. So they're going to get real crazy. Okay? Yes, they will. It's not going to be us. It's got nothing to do with us. We're not part of the show. Yeah. Well, the criminals will stop taking your tax money when you stop giving it to them. I mean, all you have to do is say, self, stop sending government, stop paying for my bills. That's your straw man. If you look on your bill, you'll see your name in capital letters. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you in that capital letter? No, it's not. No, it's not you. You were never, you were assigned that. Your register does that, but that's your straw man. So they're billing your straw man. So why are you paying it? You're paying it and then complaining about it. That's like me, going to the gas station and filling up my tank with fuel, and then I'm complaining because I only got so many miles out of it. If you don't like the way what it's doing, then change something. You need to change it. Aloha to you too. How you doing? Hey, West Coast. How can we shut off our phone, especially, I'm not just shut it off. Androids, you can take the battery right out if you have to, not just, but we should not be paying. Like it says, there is no reason why anybody should have any money in the enemy's fox house or in their hen house. We do not want to put money in their bank. Why? Why would you do that? To give them power so they can have control of you. And then you sit there and you wonder why, all these bad things are happening. Where are all these bills coming from? They're all manufactured. The government, taxes, everything. All these hydros, everything. Hydro's free. Why do you think all this is being changed? We're going through it right now. You're being, they are putting out all the rotten lies and illegal, things that they could possibly put out and lay on you illegally to try to receive as much money off of you as they can before they get arrested. They don't care. They're NAZIs, and they will go down fighting. There's no surrender in their narrative. They will not surrender. They have to be stopped. They have to be stopped. Yes, that's the only way you're going to stop them. Okay, and I need everybody to understand that this is why we're still dealing with it. The only way to stop them is by, first of all, stop supporting them with your money, right? I don't, I only take from them. Drives them nuts. I only take, and I take from them. I haven't given them or anything to do with them other than my fuel and the food that I buy here in Canada. I make deals on everything else. Right? But it's just my food that I, need to have, and my gasoline I need to have. And of course I still pay my insurance, because I'm not there yet. It doesn't matter because I got what in their eyes, I got AAA driving, whatever, professional, 50 plus years, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm still going to pay it. And then, when that runs out here this fall, I jump on a plane and go. And I'm going to put everything into storage. And I'm going to, continue the fight from the Philippines. Yeah. I want to be there because, and I'm hoping, this EBS is going to happen before I get there. Yeah, and you can thank you very much. You can get pepper spray at Walmart. Just ask. You'll get pepper spray there. You can go, and if they're not going to have it, you can go get wasp spray and put it in your purse or put it, leave it in your vehicle. Preferably in a cooler place. Because you don't want it in the sun. Right? How you doing, Missy? Resended your autogram from IRS as paying taxes is all voluntary. Exactly. There's nothing in the American tax law that says it's mandatory to pay taxes. The tax people, the IRS people have already proved that. Because there was a beautiful, beautiful black lady that was there, and she said, I went through everything, all discoveries, and all the tax code and everything that they had in the IRS, and there is nothing there that says it's mandatory that you have to pay taxes. It's all voluntarily. Okay? Yes. If my address was banned on Facebook for sharing Brunson case, because Brunson case is going to be one of the catalysts that brings it all down. They're doing everything they can with whatever power they have left to shut it all down, to keep it all silent. They do not want that information to get out, because that is going to shift consciousness, right? I mean, look at the Schumann resonance right now. It's absolutely exploding because we're waking up. There is no more reptoids left. They've tried to leave. That's why they shut down CERN. That's why they shut down all the portals. They're not leaving. They're going to be dealt with, and the Pleiades are going to be picking them up. And there's high universal court, galactic court going on the moon. Okay. Yep. And they're dealing with them at that point. What did God say? What did Jesus Christ say? What did he say about all the criminals out there that do harm against humanity or do criminal acts? It says right in the scripture. Proverbs 30, Psalm 15, I think it is. And that, I think, was the one that says the wicked will never inherit the earth. The God conscious, or the righteous, will inherit the earth. That was one. There's another one out there, and I just want everybody to let them know. And it says right now. Give me a second here. Oh, my mind. There is a lot of things going on right now. Just give me a second here. Can't remember. It'll come back to me. It was to do with the Brunson case, though. But we are... Oh, it was to do with Jesus Christ. And he said in the scripture, he said, all criminals, you either find them, you either punish them, or you kill them. There is no such thing as prisons. Why do we have prisons on this earth? Because we're not following the scripture of what Jesus Christ has wrote. We're not following his scripture. We put prisons in there to prolong the suffering of humanity. Those prisoners being in prison and escaping and doing whatever they're doing, or if nothing else, they're there for life, it's still coming out of our taxpayers' money. That's a form of lowering our vibration. God says, you either find them, you punish them with 30, 40 lashes, or you kill them. So, if you ask a prisoner after he does a heinous thing, I mean, if they go and kill somebody, you kill them. That's what happens. You just end up killing them. I mean, you execute them. However, they're going to be executed. Now, but if you ask a prisoner, they say, do you want to take 50 lashes on the back with a long bull whip, or do you want to serve 10 years? What do you want? A lot of them will say, I'll take the 50 lashes. And then they move on. But see, those scars that are on their back from the 50 lashes will be their scars for life. And every time they take their shirt off, they know that they have done something very, very evil. That is the Lord's tattoo for what you have done. And as far as the PEDOs go, you're not going to exist on this planet. We are going back to the scripture and everything that is said on the scripture. You be good to others. Do not harm anybody, any animal out there. Okay? You're only there to protect yourself, but as long as you follow the scripture and do no harm to others, you'll be allowed to walk anywhere on this planet as you feel fit. But first of all, we got to get rid of all the wicked ones. Right? Yes, good for you. Yes, great. Foaming wasp spray is good too. Exactly. If somebody gets that in their face, trust me, that's gonna turn the tide. That's gonna put some pain onto them. How you doing, LA? Our rain meditation last night worked. Yes, good for you. I mean, that it does. We have the power to do this stuff. You know, why do you think our indigenous did their rain dances? Because it worked. How you doing, Rochelle? When you spray the can, okay, I'm sorry, folks thank you very much, and I appreciate that. Who it's coming from, no filtered or whatever it is. For the new folks that tried their spray out of the cans, whatever. When you spray, the can does kick back a bit, right? Hold on to it tightly. Yeah, because they're under a lot of pressure. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry to say, and you know, it is true, Scooter, or Shooter, I guess it is. I'm not sure. There are a lot of very, very low IQ cases out there around the world, and they're never more apparent. It's because it's not the people's fault, right? It's the education system that has been applied to them through the NAZI programs, which is the Mockingbird, goes back to 1947, and everybody's IQ went way down. It's very, very sad, but we've lost 2 or 3 generations. That's basically turned them into very influential mental retards. Yeah. How you doing, Nova Scotia? How are you? How you doing, Missy 72? Canada is following the UK on how can we currently say they are a part of the US. When they can, whether they accept it or not, it really doesn't matter to us. Okay? Our job is to avoid the crisis acting. And that's what they're doing. They're going into a mental psychosis meltdown. Just avoid it. I know it's bad. Maybe when all this does happen, and after we get on the other side, go take a nice, beautiful holiday to a beautiful, place like maybe Cyprus or Greece or, the French Riviera. Maybe go to Asia, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to get caught up in this, the Western culture meltdown, because this is where in Western Europe and North America, and even parts of other parts around the world, but mainly North America, are libtard strongholds. They are where all the ugly people live. I mean, when you have, people looking the way they do with all the pins and needles and all this crap coming out of their face, and tattoos all over themselves. They're just, all they're doing is making themselves look uglier, and it's just showing how ugly they are in appearance, to proves how much hate they have inside their bodies for themselves and other people. They hate themselves, and that's why they're trying to paint them up with all these, different art form colors, and say, well, I do it because I like it. I don't do it because of anybody else. Well, you know what? Everybody else has to look at it. And it's pretty self-apparent and very, very telling who that person is by how they walk and talk and how they, paint themselves. And, they're not going to be part of the new world that's coming in there. I mean, do you see beautiful Pleiadians or other beautiful beings out there that come in? Do you see tattoos all over them? No. You see beautiful avatars of themselves and very graceful walking and very high, even when they're walking, that they're intelligent. They're way above our frequency. But, we're going to get all our frequency back. There's going to be, med beds out there that, for the people that, got all these tattoos and maybe have them all erased. There's going to be all kinds of things that we're going to be able to change to make ourselves more beautifully, in appearance, for the universe. I think everybody should know that. I mean, I just think that there's going to be huge physical, mental, IQ changes in this world that is going to be, there's no other word to describe it. It says, at galactic level. I mean, the technology is going to be, over the top, and that's what we're all, excited about. Money is going to be the least of our worries. I don't know what you mean by that. Who sang the dollar? How you doing, Georgia? Yep. Banks and billing will take the dinar. Oh, in Billings, Montana? You kidding me? They're going to take the dinar? Great. But not yet, maybe, you're saying? Explain that a little bit better for me. Cash is being eliminated at many places in Chicago. Yeah, I know. It's coming. It's happening. Get this information out there. This is great news. Makeover extraordinary, exactly. Liberal heads they're rolling right now. Yep. And in Eureka. They're rolling right now. They're losing their mind right now. You can see it on the streets. Yeah. I'm not scared. How do we explain we have seen this past 10 years? Well, we've already gone through all this, Patrick. Everything, we have gone through the war. This is the tail end of the war. It's taken us, and it's taken me, 10 years to figure this thing out, to try to put it all, to try to connect all the dots, put it all together, and realize, for a few years now, realize that this whole thing's just a big show. It's just a big act. That's all it is. The Global Alliance, like I said, supports Putin and what he's doing by denazifying. That's why he's going into Poland. He's not invading Poland. He's denazifying it. Why is Trump going into Iran? Because he's denazifying it. Why is Xi Jinping going into Taiwan? Because he's denazifying it. These are all rogue countries that are around their countries, right? And you might see Putin go into England because he's going to be there to denazify it. And you're going to see America, the United States, go into Canada because he's going to denazify it. It's really, please tell me you can see all this. Please give me a, just say, I see it. Just give that back to me to say, yes, I see it. And then we're just by responding that way is going to, really freak out the reptoids. Do you see us getting any debt forgiveness anytime soon? Yes. You have to, this is what you do for debt forgiveness. This is what everybody does. Stop paying your bills. Stop paying them. You got a hydro bill? Stop paying it. It's summertime. Why are you paying it? Shut it down. Whatever. They can't shut you down because you can take them to court. Okay? The same thing with mortgages. You got a mortgage, take them to court. It's predatory lending, and the contract that you signed there was misleading, and it was predatory. And that's what you file it that way. The judge will say, well, I'm not going to accept this, I'm not going to accept this. Well, they have to accept it. You know, if they get out and say, well, we're not going to accept this based on your affidavit, whatever the case, well, how do you want me to file it? And they say, well, we don't want to, you know, they say, you know, you not accepting my affidavit is a offense in itself. See what they say then. How you doing, Margaret? Yes, the children are being saved. Yeah, I know. That's a very, very touchy subject with me. I just, like, I just, you know, I don't know. I don't even want to get me started. I just want to, you know, go around. There is a group right now, I think it's called, and I forgot who it was. There's some guy out of Lethbridge right now. And he's, you know, he's got groups all the way around, all around Canada right now, making sure people are, you know, getting from their, you know, from their office jobs or whatever they're doing safely. Yeah. They talked about money on Fox News last week. Yeah. And what did they say? Yeah. How you doing, Clay? Hey, Patricia. Yeah, wait till the solar flash hits. That's going to be chaos. Well, I mean, that's going to, you know, start, it's going to trigger our DNA, Robert. Yeah, that's going to, you know, that's going to open up our DNA strands. You know, we might not even need med beds by the time this thing's over. But, you know, let's just wait and see. You know, we're decalcifying ourselves and you know, and all we're doing it by doing the clove and cinnamon cleanse, and of course the other cleanses, and you can throw a little bit of lemon in that water as well. All kinds of cleansing, yeah. And you know, just drink it like you're drinking water. Listen to your body, what your body says. How you doing, Julia? Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Love to all. Yes, thank you. Hey, Simo. Angus, how are you doing? Grand Rising. Do you still think QFS is coming this summer? Yeah, I think a lot of things are happening. I don't know when this World War III scare event right now, but Putin is ramping up. He's going in, I believe he's denazifying Poland right now. And they just cleaned out a big dump. I believe this is the reason why, what's his name, McConnell and Lindsey Graham, they were taken off the chessboard because they went over there and they needed to have them go over there to funnel some money wherever it was because they didn't have the location. So they watched and followed. They did surveillance on him to find out where he was. And that was where all they needed to find out where that location was. And they went in and basically disintegrated that. And when Graham got back, he was taken off the chessboard. How you doing, Don? Good to see you. Yeah, peroxide and vinegar. Yeah, cleansing. Last week, my skin feels smooth, and it's going to continue feeling smooth. And if you want to protect yourself in the sun or whatever, and you don't really have to, but you can throw a little bit of coconut oil. Just use coconut oil. Yep. You can put the coconut oil even when you're washing because it's so hot right now. You can, I mean, if you want a 30-year-old looking face and neck all beautiful, tightened up, okay, and a lot of women do. They go out there and they spend thousands of dollars, and you don't have to. You want to know the secret? All the ladies out there, you want to know the secret? I'm going to tell you. What you do is you put clove, okay? You put coconut oil in a pot. Put some coconut oil in there. You put a handful of cloves in there. You put a couple of sticks of cinnamon in there. Same thing as what you're drinking, right? You're gonna put it on your skin, and then you put some nice rosemary, and just boil it. Not boil it, but warm it up until it starts turning color. Yeah, you use coconut oil is absolutely insanely good for you. And then once you do that, then you put it out through a, you can go get one of those little strainers, through the strainers, and then pour all that out and let that oily mixture go through there and and just put it in a little bottle like this, or, something. You put it in a bottle like that, put all that oil in there, and then just that stuff there, you put it on your face and around your neck. And I'm going to do that for 2 weeks there and come back and tell me what you, people will come running across the parking lot to say, how come your skin is so bright and beautiful, right? Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Wendy? Hey, Roy. Franco. Hey, Gibby. KC's in the house. Hey, D-Phone. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Too many names. Hey, Quad 11. Hey, Thea. Good to see you. Oops. Sorry. Yes, you can put it in your hair. Put the clove, everything, on your face, your hair, everything. And, and then you go out in the sun, do whatever. You watch how your whole body will start transforming. Hey, Gibby. Yeah. Didn't you know I'm 109 years old? Yeah. Hey, Beaver. Hey, Jacqueline. Good to see you. I'm actually going to be 72 years old. Yeah. And I feel good. When I've been using this stuff, whatever, I mean, you can't see it, on the screen, but I know when I look in the mirror, once I shaved, it's just, it's very, I feel I got, 40, 45-year-old skin. Yeah. Because, and you can use castor oil too, but I use castor oil, underneath my arms, because the castor oil, and you could put it on, put the castor oil on a small rag and then wipe your lymph glands underneath and then around your genitals. And then because you have sweat glands on the inside of your upper legs. Those are sweat glands in there, okay? And of course underneath your arms. And you put the castor oil there, and that'll detoxify. It'll suck all the metals out of you at night. Yeah, we're going full blown attack on detoxification, and I just want to do it the easiest way possible. I don't want to get into all this different way out there that's going to cost a pile of money. We can do all this from household goods. Yeah. Aloe vera is wonderful. Yes, it is. That's also a great cleansing. If you got an aloe vera leaf, you could put a little bit in there, boil that up with the coconut oil. You can do that. Or you could put a little bit of aloe vera in your smoothie. And you don't have to put too much in there. You can put a spoonful in there. You don't have to drench it, right? And then you put the rest of the aloe vera in a jar with a lid on it, and then stick it in the fridge, and then use it when you want. That's all. Yep. There is no time and dates on solar flashes or EBSs or, it's just going to come when it comes. This is a military controlled operation. And all I can say is that they got this under control, and they're just trying to raise consciousness as much as they can before they pull the pin. I mean, Japan right now is well underway. I mean, we're going to see this I believe, this transformation, not just of money, but in med beds and everything else, start to reset itself anywhere around the world. I don't think there is going to be a time where the whole thing gets to a certain pinnacle, get to a certain height, and then, of course, EBS will come in and it'll shut everything right down. But I know for a fact the G8, the UN, the WEF, what do you call it, the European Union, all these other three-letter agencies, they're all going to disappear. If you were to take 750,000 times that by 100, that's almost a 750,000 by a minute. That's a billion people. It could be up to 1 billion arrests worldwide. I mean, that's screaming. That's what you call a takedown. Hey, Mojo, good to see you, dear. Hey, David. Yeah, buy silver right now. One of my soul sisters here in town, she phoned me last night. She just went down there and, bought another pile of it. We're good for her, and she's going to, take the rest of her money out and buy more silver. Best thing she ever could have done. That's gonna, secure her investment and secure her wealth for her family, right? Doing the right thing. I mean, why would we want to have, not buy silver when the central banks that are your enemy, recognizes silver as a kryptonite to them. Silver to them, to a central bank, is kryptonite. They do not want to deal with silver because it's real. It's God's money. They want to deal with phony, fake fiat currency that is on a printing press coming from, and all that bullshit's gonna go away. Hey, Yuval. Bianca, good to see you. Yep. The coconut oil, you can just keep it liquid. You don't really need to keep it. If it goes into a cooler place, I mean, you can set it out on the windowsill and let the sun, warm it up. But coconut oil is one of those products you can look, dip your fingers in it, and once you get it on your hands, it turns to oil. So don't worry about it. Let it form up. Let it do whatever it wants to do. Because at that time, once you boil it, or not boil it, you're heating it up and leave it over a kind of an open flame, medium flame, with your clove and your, cinnamon and maybe your bay leaf, your rosemary, whatever other nice little spices you got there. But if you want to join them all in there and just, infuse everything together with the coconut oil, right? You can put a little bit of, I love lemon. So lemon is so damn good for you. So you squeeze your lemon in there and throw that on your skin. You're going to feel how good your skin feels. And you don't have, there's no chemical product that's going on your skin. This is why we feel, that's why we get sick, right? Yeah. Hey, Road Trip, how you doing? How you doing, Letty? Letty from Chicago. Coconut oil, yeah. Soldiers, yeah. Or I'm sorry, solidifies, yeah. Well, it will. It'll go white, and that's fine. But all that mixture will be fused together in that jar you got, whatever you got, and just stick your finger in there and put it on your skin. So what if it turns white? And it's only because it's not at that room temperature. It has to get to a certain temperature, and then it turns liquidy. But if you see a coconut, there's the coconut water, and then there's the coconut meat, which is the white part, right? That's the meat. Okay, well, all that gets strained out, and that's when they squeeze that coconut meat. Okay, they squeeze it, and all the liquid that comes out of that squeezed meat is the oil. I watch them do it in the Philippines. It's pretty cool. So otherwise, they eat it. So they're eating coconut oil all day long. They throw that stuff on everything, and that's what they're doing, right? Yeah, and that's why the Filipinos' skin is so bloody. That's why they look so good. There's people there that are 100 years old. They don't look a day over 60. It just blows me away. I think people can live longer if they live there. So, cloves, not cloves, Yeah, it's cloves, cinnamon, rosemary, coconut oil. Yeah. No, you don't want to mix castor oil with the coconut oil. Do that separately. Just put the 3 ingredients. Put the cloves, cinnamon, some rosemary in there, and warm it up a bit. In the heat for 5 or 10 minutes, so it helps fuse it all together. And you could take it off the heat and then just leave it in the pot. Leave it there all day, and then maybe come back at night and then strain it out and put it in a jar and use it that way. You can do small amounts. You can do big amounts. But that would you put that stuff on your face. Trust me. You know, you can do the same thing with castor oil. Forget about all the other stuff. Just use castor oil, like this stuff here. That stuff right there. Okay. I just pour it right on my, on my. I got to use all this up before I go, or put it in a small bottle because they won't. It has to be in one of these bottles. That's why I keep these guys, because that's the only way I can transport that. Because these are 100 liter or 100 milligram. Otherwise, they confiscate that at the customs. Yeah, it's crazy. So I mean, yeah, all this stuff I've got to do, right? Yeah. And they end up, they throw it in a big container or garbage can or whatever, and then of course when they fill it all up, they take it into the back room and then use all the product themselves. How is the military's job to raise consciousness? How is it? Well, it's a good question. They are continuing the program of what the deep state was doing to get people freaked out. Okay? Now, to get them freaked out is to make them, subconsciously awakening them. As long as they're talking about it, they're awakened to it. Okay? It's our job, as far as raising consciousness, is the ones that are stepping out of the matrix and realize that we're looking at it from another point of view with critical thinking. We patriots are in the asset column. We have been chosen to do critical thinking and psychoanalysis and create critical thinking. Okay, we're there to question it all. Our consciousness is already raised because the military has put that situation out there for everybody to see, and everybody has their own road to come across, to follow. So some will wake up, some won't wake up. Military is not their job to raise your consciousness. That's up to you. It's their job to put the situation on open forum for everybody to analyze. And then there will be people out there that will walk right by it, not having a clue what's going on. And the only way you're going to wake them up is by shutting down their bank accounts. That's how you're going to wake them up. They didn't care. They didn't care if they took the vax. They didn't care if they had their children take the jabby, right? They didn't care. Hey, let's just get on that boat. Let's cross the border. Let's go on that holiday. There's a lot of people that did that, right? And there's a lot of people that has since then has had buyer's remorse because of it, right? The military is there to present and put this world to keep everybody, number one, safe while they're doing the biggest sting takedown of the wicked that has been controlling this planet forever. And we are in this very, very special time to be here to witness it. So I'm asking all the intuitives out there, let's just keep our eyes open, keep our focus on exactly what's going on out there and how the military is playing or is secretly taking down the wicked from this planet. Jesus Christ is got control of this, and he is going to, as what he has said in the scriptures, there will be no place in this world for the wicked, and they will not inherit what they have already got. That's why you're seeing all the billionaires out there with all this money and everything else. They had it all, but they also had, they were being controlled to run their narratives, and their money is now being taken away, and all they have left is their wickedness in their heart. That's all for now. We will, thanks for being with me.